With me today is Virja Shah, clinical psychologist, robotics educator, and a beauty queen. Virja, welcome to Candid with Carl.
Thank you, sir.
Let's start by getting into the place you were born and raised, the city of dreams, Mumbai.
My city of dreams, I'm born in city of dreams. That's Mumbai, where everybody says that my life was beautiful in Mumbai. I'm raised with beautiful parents, and though in the background, my background is from the glam world. My dad was an artist, a studio artist, commercial artist, who has passed
Okay, I'm
away.
sorry. Yes.
And my mom is a socializer. She visits many social. She does social work, and she helps many women who are, into this world where they are helpless. And even she supports e-waste.
So wow, so mom was your earliest inspiration.
Yes.
And I think you got the creative side from dad. Can you tell us something fun that happened in your school time?
School time, I was an average student, but a tomboy, you can say, where nobody imagined me being in this.
So were you in a co-ed school?
Yes.
And very few boys ran after this tomboy.
Yes.
Okay.
Because I was a judo champ too
Ah.
in college days.
Right. Wow. So what level? Now, obviously, when you're looking at a girl from a boy's perspective, and you know she's a judo champion, you normally stay away. But I'm sure your smile must have drawn a lot of boys to you. What level did you pursue judo to?
I have played to state level and I have secured third place.
In what level? And at state level?
Yes.
Wow, that's
state
incredible.
level.
That's incredible. But why didn't you pursue judo?
Because I wanted to become dentist.
And so that was your earliest thing, huh? Wear a white doctor's coat and examines and check how my smile can be improved.
Yes.
Wow. So why then did you give up this dream of being a dentist and pursue robotics?
As I couldn't go through the test, but still the dream was there in my mind. And though I wanted to get through, so I started pursuing my education in clinical psychologist, being a software engineer.
Okay.
And then I did cover it and I conquered it.
Tell me a little more. How does AI come into robotics?
AI, it is actually joined as AI robotics, the artificial intelligence robotics. First step is you must be known to this technology world.
Right.
That's why I was first intercommunication technology. I was preaching that in schools, and then they saw my caliber and they promoted me to as an AI robotics teacher.
So looking at how you were able to forced your teacher into getting you to lectures.
Yes.
Wow. So this being said, is there anything more you'd like to share with us about robotics? How does robotics, or how do robotics, or does the pursuance of robotics help humankind?
Definitely, it impacts daily life. We are enhancing, we are going much further in technology, and AI definitely helps our humankind. If you talk about women, me being a woman, definitely no woman likes to be in the kitchen whole time.
Yes.
So here the invention comes into picture. That's AI work, where the cooking system is obviously drawn by AI, and now we are robots.
And sadly, most women in kitchens remain robots. It's only when they get out of the kitchen that they experience life.
Absolutely.
But you talked of clinical psychology. How then did you transition into this phase?
I have conquered my degree. I have received my degree when
in clinical psychology.
Yes, after my marriage, and in fact, I got my degree.
But Virja, this is a fascinating subject. Tell us why did you pick this term, or why did you choose to become a clinical psychologist?
Because always I wanted to become a doctor, and I couldn't.
You talked about dentistry.
Yes, I couldn't get through it.
Right.
So I didn't ever left that passion,
that dream. Okay.
That dream, And that's why I thought somewhere definitely I want to get and wear a white coat.
Oh, wow.
And
Wow. Okay, so let me stop you here and say clinical psychology and depression kind of go together.
yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Tell us a little more so people maybe who are a tad depressed can learn a little more about how this field can help them.
Yes, definitely. The very first thing is settle your inner battle.
Right?
That's the first thing, first step towards lessening your depression.
Mhm.
When you look into your inner world, when you settle it, the better, then the around you, it's beautiful.
So let me ask you this. In dentistry, pain in the tooth would compel me to visit a dentist. Yeah. Maybe it's a filling, maybe it's a root canal.
True.
How do I as a layperson know I'm depressed?
If you are not getting along with someone easily,
Right?
even though the environment is so peppy,
Right?
still you can't get along.
Right?
There's something you are where you're feeling sad about it.
Correct.
So that's
So I know a lot of people who are depressed, they normally talk of being withdrawn. They normally talk of not gelling with, a crowd. Vijay, as a doctor, as a clinical psychologist, what is because I know, for example, of a queen, one of our queens recently who underwent depression. And she told me this 3 months later. It's only when by chance I spoke with her and said, why aren't you in touch either with me or on social media? She says, "Sir, because I underwent a severe bout of depression." So the layperson, I mean, for example, today I could be a tad depressed and I may not have the knowledge or I may not have the foresight to visit somebody like you,
correct.
right? So what would you advocate for people who kind of keep this at bay,
If nothing is making you happy,
right?
that's the path heading towards the psychology.
Okay, that's the time to visit a psychologist. Wonderful. So, from clinical psychology, and then you discovered pageantry. Now, how did this happen?
So wearing a white coat always, then I decided to wear a gown.
So you want to change the doctor's white coat for a glitzy gown.
Yes.
Wonderful. What drew you to pageantry?
Self-love.
Mm-hmm.
Women are always into doing something for someone. Always.
Right.
That's always the path where women are heading.
Right.
Then they forget about themselves.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So getting into pageants is like self-love and even spreading love around you.
Spreading love through a medium called pageantry. Wonderfully put. Wonderfully put. So, after discovering pageantry, why did you choose Diva?
I came to know about Diva from a former queen, Sai Khalate, who inspired me actually.
Oh.
And she's really doing well in this. And that's my inspiration.
So
and
she talked to you about Diva, is it? Okay. What kind of research did you then do?
I have gone through social media and there are no bad reviews.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
So that's the very first step. When you're heading towards, that's the first analyzation when you do. Definitely you see your secured place or whether you're safe.
Great. Now, having chosen Diva, tell us your first impression. Whom did you interact with from the team?
First, I interacted with Dr. Mrinal.
Okay, Mrinali Bharadwaj.
Yes, Mrinali Bharadwaj.
Right.
And then with Sai Khalate.
Great. Now you got chosen after auditions for Mrs. India 2025. Tell us your entire experience of those 4 days.
Women around, they were superb. Every woman were growing. And seeing that sisterhood, friendship, and mentors were just superb because they were the core mentors who were handling each and every woman so well that there was no such kind of a thing where you were felt you don't want to be there.
Mm-hmm.
And we shared.
Okay, let me then ask you specifically. You talked about kinship, you talked about friendship, and you talked about mentorship. What can you say about your mentors?
My mentors, I have so many things to tell about them. Mr. Carl Mascarenas and Mrs. Anjana Mascarenas. They were like always there with you whenever any problem comes, and when you ask them, they are always there with solutions. Whether you are stuck into the ramp, they handled well. Pooja ma'am, she was so well there during the ramp walk. And even our colleagues who are there, the participants, the first thing what they told us, here we are not, they are not your rivals, they are your friends. So that perspective on
brings me to our oft-repeated line, which is whether life gives you a smile or a frown, always wear your invisible
the
crown.
crown. Absolutely.
So it's lovely to know that you got into the sisterhood bit, and the queens around you kind of encourage you to become better. So I am known for introductions, and I remember penning down your introduction. Vijay, if you can just share with us what you spoke during the introduction round at the finale.
Yes. I spoke about
Tell us your introduction.
mental wellness is blessing. Maintaining it is a choice. This passion gave wings to my voice. Good evening. This is Virja Shah, a clinical psychologist who keeps your mental trauma far. I'm also an established robotics educator and fashion style creator. I have won third place in judo. Music and dancing keeps me on the go. I own a fashion brand of my own, which is Glam Glitz. Thrilled to be showcasing myself in your midst.
Thrilled to be showcasing yourself in our midst, and that's certainly what you did. And I remember you also bagging the title of Mrs. Fitness Diva. Wow. So this beautifully encompassed, your introduction beautifully encompassed your entire life. And Vija, I've often told people it's a start point where, there is an introduction and then there's a stage introduction. And if your stage introduction isn't peppy and brief, it actually negates a lot of other misconceptions that may happen, because judges are looking for that spark within you.
Absolutely.
Talking of spark, what did participating in Diva pageants feel like? You talked to me earlier about something called 3 S's, right?
Yes, of course. I'm coming to that back because I want to elaborate it, and that's the gratitude.
What are the 3 S's?
3 S's are safe, satisfactory, and secure. Security. So these are 3
elaborate
S's.
a bit.
Yes. Safe, when you get into pageant, that time the first thing comes in your mind, or the women around her, the loved ones, they question her, are you safe there?
Yes.
So I will say 100%.
Right.
Definitely you are safe there. Even after analyzing, that question comes in your mind. So I will say 100% because I have gone through that situation. And even secure, you are, when you get into those 4 days, you're secured by such a beautiful mentors that you really feel safe. And satisfactory, after all, when you're happy within, the satisfactory comes. Whether you win a crown or you don't. But the satisfactory of enjoyment, it's 100%.
Safe, secure, satisfactory, improves respiratory.
Yes.
You start breathing better.
Here I am.
Vijay, you talked about being a clinical psychologist and a term called MSC. Can you please elaborate?
MSC, in our term, the full form of it is mental status examination.
Mental status examination. Okay.
Yes. So it is the first step when the client comes to you and you directly can't tell the client you are facing these problems.
Right.
We definitely have to test them. So after testing.
So this is for any layperson that comes to you, is it?
Yes.
So for example, if I were to visit you tomorrow, you'd make me undergo an MSc.
Not the very first.
Right.
But first, I will talk to you.
Right.
I will understand you.
Right.
What's your background? These are all things what I will analyze.
Excellent. So first is a kind of an oral examination before I actually take the test.
It's a very
nice. Very nice. Are there any last words or thoughts that you wish to leave people with?
I've always known as Mrs. Jai Shah in life.
Well, after being known as Mrs. Jai Shah in life, today, with your crown, you're much more than just a
A wife. Yes.
How would you sum up your entire pageantry journey?
Well, pageantry journey was very supportive from my family members.
And I think you always need family support, right?
Yes, definitely.
Right?
So first, it was my sister, Vinika Kasar, who has always pushed me by telling me, yes, you can do it.
Wow.
And second is my husband, who has always supported me by
Wonderful.
helping me and pushing me.
So this is a tribute to all husbands.
Yes.
Vija, you talked about being married, and I guess you're married recently because you certainly don't have kids, right?
I'm being married since 6 years and
Wow. And?
I do have a child.
You do? How old is your child? Boy, girl?
Boy,
Yeah.
he's 2.5 years old.
2.5 and you still look like this. That makes you a real fitness diva.
Thank you so much.
As we close, way back in 2020, I'd authored a book called Beginning is Everything, which is specifically about the power of a stage introduction and how it enhances you on stage and in life. I'd like to gift you a copy, an autographed copy, as we close. And thank you very, very much for being on Candid with Carl.
Thank you so much. It's my pleasure and I always wished this.
Wonderful.